Sheryl Swoopes just she can't stop. She can't not try to light a fire involving Caitlin Clark. She can't just be good. Well, she's doing it again.
Sheryl Swoopes made headlines when she appeared on Gilbert Arenas' podcast wearing a Paige Bueckers t-shirt, just days after being let go from her WNBA role. The timing and choice of outfit didn't seem accidental. By sporting gear linked to Caitlin Clark's biggest college rival, Swoopes sent a subtle but clear message. What looked like a casual clothing choice was actually a bold, passive-aggressive move that's now stirring conversation across the women's basketball world.
Let me blow the shirt up first. Right here. There we go. Look at her. She just stays mad. Hey, what are you doing? Look at this. Just stays mad. Were y'all talking about Caitlin Clark at this very moment?
Swoopes knew exactly what she was doing. She's been critical of Clark since her college days, going as far as to question whether Clark's record-breaking achievements were truly valid. This latest move is just another chapter in their ongoing tension.
Just for Caitlin, but you asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player set.
Right after losing her position, Sheryl Swoopes made a bold statement by showing up on Gilbert Arenas' podcast in a Paige Bueckers t-shirt. It wasn't just a fashion choice. It was a clear message, especially with Caitlin Clark, Bueckers' top college rival, now dominating headlines. Swoopes has criticized Clark before, even questioning the legitimacy of her records as she broke them. The timing of this appearance leaves little doubt. Swoopes is picking a side, and it's not with the Iowa star who's reshaping women's basketball. Clark's rise has shaken up the old guard. She's breaking attendance records, driving massive viewership, and bringing new energy to the WNBA. But instead of celebrating how Clark is lifting the entire sport, Swoopes seems to be holding on tightly to her legacy, choosing resistance over recognition.
At this point, considering the lengths Sheryl Swoopes has gone to deceive the truth, it feels like she just flat out despises Caitlin Clark, Clark's game, or is woefully misinformed.
Caitlin Clark didn't rise to fame through social media gimmicks or political stances. The truth is, she simply dominates every time she's on the court. Her deep three-pointers, no-look passes, and impressive court vision say it all. She's pulling in fans who never paid attention to women's basketball before, all thanks to her raw talent. But when you look closely, it becomes clear. This campaign against her isn't by accident. It's a series of comments, criticisms, and calculated jabs aimed at trying to dim the spotlight Clark has earned through hard work and skill.
Out of context, this is a campaign. A steady drip of comments, criticisms, and calculated digs aimed at dimming the spotlight Clark has undeniably earned.
She was remarkable on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't.
What stands out about this t-shirt moment is what it reveals about the generational divide. Swoopes had plenty of options. She could worn her own merch, a WNBA shirt, or anything else. Instead, she chose a Bueckers shirt, the player often compared to Clark. It was a silent statement, a calculated move. Like a seasoned chess player sacrificing a piece to hold her ground, Swoopes used fashion as her strategy.
You're playing the role of someone who is attempting to tear down greatness, marginalize greatness, even if it comes at the expense of your own legacy, just because you don't want to admit that you were wrong.
Why would a legend like Swoopes feel threatened by a rookie? Maybe it's because Clark doesn't play by the usual rules. While others might feel the pressure to fit into certain off-court expectations, Clark keeps her focus on the game. No political statements, no drama, just pure talent. And that seems to bother Swoopes. Veterans often feel they have the right to decide who gets to be the next face of the game. There's an unwritten rule. Pay your dues, follow their lead, and eventually, they'll pass the torch. But Clark didn't wait for anyone's approval. She broke records, became a superstar, and brought an entirely new level of attention to women's basketball.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have done.
Swoopes had a choice. She could have used her platform to bridge the generational divide, to build up the next wave of talent. Instead, she chose division, fueling a one-sided feud that only makes her seem smaller as Clark's influence in the game continues to grow.
You come out here and just hate for the sake of hating.
Yeah.
If you don't, shut the fuck up, Sheryl Swoopes. How about that? Caitlin Clark is nice. Like, what do you...
The tension surrounding Caitlin Clark didn't appear out of nowhere. It's been building since her college days at Iowa, where Swoopes' criticism first raised eyebrows in the basketball world. For context, sports networks rarely bench commentators for bias, yet that's exactly what happened with Swoopes. While Clark was busy making history at Iowa, Swoopes was already questioning whether she deserved the attention. Even before Clark put on a WNBA jersey, Swoopes was casting doubt on her legitimacy, not offering constructive feedback but undermining her rise. And when Clark made it to the league, Swoopes kept questioning whether she was truly dominating at the next level.
To me, what Caitlin's been able to do in a short period of time has been very impressive. Because I know people are like, oh my God, you said she wouldn't be good. But I didn't say she wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully, there is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate that season.
The networks eventually took notice of Swoopes' bias. During Clark's games, production teams actually cut back on her commentary time. In an industry where controversy usually boosts ratings, this was a rare move. Television executives decided Swoopes' negative takes were so extreme that they couldn't afford to have her on air during Clark's biggest moments. This wasn't just tough analysis. It suggested something deeper was at play.
Now, because we found out yesterday, it looks like she's been removed from a podcast which had WNBA branding on it. We saw her get replaced during the Fever game for the Dallas Wings commentary team last year because of words and the hate she had towards Caitlin Clark. And it was just one thing after another.
The situation reached a tipping point when Stephen A. Smith, known for his bold and often controversial opinions, stepped in. When someone like him calls out criticism as going too far, it signals a serious line has been crossed. He publicly called out Swoopes for her relentless negativity toward Clark, essentially shining a light on the growing vendetta that had become impossible to ignore.
Mention them. Ain't nobody said don't applaud them. Nobody told you to ignore them. What we're saying is if you're going to give the Indiana Fever all the credit in the world, how you going to mention the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark's name even coming up? So then after that, Sheryl Swoopes engages in levels of immaturity. There's no way to slice it. I'm not going to insult this champion, this great basketball mind, this phenomenally accomplished Hall of Famer. I'm not going to insult her. All I'm going to say is it was pretty damn immature to come back at me like that.
From Clark's college days, Swoopes pushed the idea that Clark was just media hype, not real talent. She questioned whether Clark deserved the attention, yet ironically, with every criticism, she only drew more spotlight to her. Fans quickly picked up on this contradiction.
Hating is the most publicity she's gotten in decades. That's part of it too. All right, Sheryl Swoopes has, in part, turned this into a publicity. It's turned into a publicity stunt for her.
The deeper truth is even more telling. Swoopes seems threatened by Clark's potential to redefine the game. When Clark entered the league and started setting rookie records, like most points by a rookie guard and unprecedented double-doubles, she began challenging the legacy of those who shaped women's basketball in earlier eras.
She knows if she acts like a hater, there's a certain section of the WNBA fandom that's going to gravitate towards her.
There's a noticeable discomfort in Swoopes' commentary every time Clark breaks another record. It's like watching someone see their own legacy being rewritten in real time. A tough experience for anyone who was once the standard of excellence in their field.
I mean, what is wrong with you here? I don't get it. I just wake up and be mad. Never forget, in Swoopes' MVP season, she averaged less points, assists, and rebounds than Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Caitlin Clark's rookie year was quite a bit better than Sheryl Swoopes' MVP season.